So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some stuff you guys can go and buy on Friday and over the weekend. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we are going to cover a bunch of cards that you guys can go and buy on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, just a bunch more investments over the weekend. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about in today's video is going to be the Team of the Week. Team of the Week, for almost like the third week in a row now, have had some pretty decent rises. So let's have a little look at what we've seen in the current Team of the Week. We saw the likes of Sterling go down as cheap as 59, rebounded to 65, not as good as in previous weeks, but still not bad. We saw the likes of Kingsley Coman go down to 140. He's rebounded there to 155. We've also saw the likes of Milinkovic-Savic. This kind of dropped all the way down to 24k on the Friday. He's already rebounded to 33k. And then we got Valverde, who got down to as low as 710 earlier in the week, and he's rebounded to 750. So hopefully we've whetted your appetite enough. So let's talk about the current Team of the Week. So the current Team of the Week doesn't have that many meta players in comparison to previous weeks. I would say if you want to go and invest in anyone this week, we're looking at the likes of Van Dijk, with the most optimal probably being Bruno Fernandes, and then maybe second to that we've got the likes of Berardi and Rapone, who can be both SBC fodder, likewise with Otamendi and Klaus, and then maybe Luka Bakayoko, and maybe Klaus could have a bit of weekly demand, but the best one's going to be Bruno Fernandes and Berardi and Rapone as the likes of SBC fodder. So those are what you like to buy. When are we going to go and buy them? Let's go and give you guys the lowest times on, well, anyone who was good from last week. Very, very consistent. There's basically two buy times. The first of those buy times Milinkovic-Savic is going to go and show us is going to be Friday, either going into 6 PM or after 6 PM. We can see Milinkovic-Savic was 24, and as you can see, he's now risen up to 33. The second buy time was kind of Saturday afternoon. So again, we saw him down at 23. He then rebounded a little bit there to 25, and then went back down there to, I mean, barely anything in it. But basically, later in the day, he was kind of back down at 25. So not quite as low. The lowest time there was 6 PM. Some of the metas kind of reacted a little bit differently. So again, cheapest going into 6 PM, would have been 1 hour after 6 PM. And then another cheap buy time was on the Saturday. We'll see this more so with the likes of Raheem Sterling. Again, the absolute cheapest, 6, 7 PM on the Friday. He then went up and then he dropped. There you go. You can see on the Saturday, it's more what I'm referring to. Went back down to 61. Now, of course, he's still 5k more there, so the optimal time is going to be Friday after 6 PM / after 7 PM. Or 6 to 7 PM. Or then if you missed that, then you've got a Saturday midday. We can see he rose from there. And interesting enough, he actually peaked on the Sunday. He then went down due to overinvestment. Now, this kind of happened with the likes of Sterling because we had the likes of Rodrigo and Sarr as an SBC, meaning there were 2 SBC players that replaced it. With a look at Valverde, who had an absolute low point there on the Thursday when it came out. But other than that, again, we're looking here at Friday, 6, 7 PM, down there at 670, which is actually insane because he's up 200k from his absolute low on Friday. If not, he had another low here on the Saturday of 710, which again is what I was referring to earlier. And then he just went up and up and up, and again, now he's up 140. We then move to the likes of Big Mike. Lukaku kind of was SBC fodder, so this is going to be comparable to the likes of Rapone and Berardi. His cheapest time was on Friday, 6, 7 PM. His second cheap point was on Saturday morning, where he's 20.5, and then he kind of just rose and rose and rose. Did have another drop on Sunday, I think, when he wasn't needed for the hero pack, but then he's continued to rise. Now moving on to Kingsley Coman. Once again, we're seeing the cheapest time right here being 8 PM actually. So that's interesting, because some players were cheapest here. He actually dropped through to 8 PM, and I'd say that's probably due to Rodrigo, obviously being replaced. Second cheap time was on Saturday, 3 PM. Then had another cheap time very early in the morning, but I don't expect everyone to be awake for that. But yeah, his real cheap times were Saturday afternoon or Friday night. And interesting enough, again, he hasn't really rebounded amazingly if you were to go and buy him on the Saturday, but that's because, again, there are SBCs that replaced him. Then we head to the likes of Romero. Romero got down there to 15k on the Friday. Again, you did favour waiting until about 8 PM rather than buying in the first 2 hours. And then again had another cheap point on Saturday very early morning and Saturday about 3, 4 PM since he has risen to 19k. Then we move to finally Olivier Giroud, who again was the cheapest at 7, 8 and 9 on Friday. Didn't really have too much of another buy point. I'd say maybe Saturday 4 PM, and it's just kind of steadily risen going into, well, now up to the likes of 18k. So that is last week's team of the week and how it reacted. Once again, you are looking at buying them Friday before 6 PM if we see a nice drop, if not 7 PM, 8 PM. And then normally is another buy point on the likes of Saturday. So that is the first set of things you can go and invest in. The second set of things are meta gold cards. So what I've gone and done is I've gone and researched all the players that work of all the different price ranges. So we start here with Upamecano. Now the cheapest time to go and buy these was on the Monday. I believe it was Monday very early morning if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so it's basically Sunday like midnight, Monday very early morning. Was down at 2.3k. You basically could buy anywhere from about 9-10 PM on the Sunday all the way through to about 10 AM on the Monday, and he's rebounded there from, to be realistic, 2.7 to 3.7, which really isn't bad. Bear in mind it's no longer than a 48-hour hold. Then moves to the likes of Gvardiol, and again his lowest point is going to be Monday very early hours or Sunday late hours. He's rebounded from 5k all the way up to 7k. Then moves to the likes of Martinelli. Again, none of these are because of SBC fodder. Obviously, Gvardiol an 82 rated. Martinelli, once again, cheapest 10 PM on Sunday through to about 10 AM on Saturday. 2.7k up to 4k. Kim Min Jae, again, has gone from 4k, rebounded to 5.5k already. We then get to the likes of Llorente. Llorente has gone from 5.6 to 7, which is decent. Moving on to someone a little bit more expensive. Once again, still not SBC fodder. I can show you this because 86s are 10k, and obviously he's 15k. But Saka has gone from about 12.5 to 15.5. There we go. Then moving to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has gone from 7k to 10.5, so a really nice rise on him. Again, as well, none of these are link investments. Kvaratskhelia, 9.5 up to 12.5. Barella has gone 12k and under up to 14.5. Then we move to Swanson, who has gone from, not amazing on her actually, 12.7 to 14.7, still making over a K a card. A little bit more of an expensive card in Mianganong, again not SBC fodder, but has risen from about 21k and has risen all the way to 24. Once again, for those who think he is SBC fodder, 87s at the moment are only 18k. So we can see they're significantly more expensive. Arguably, he could be due to the likes of Liao, but he is just one of the most popular goalkeepers in the game, and obviously France is one of the most popular nations. We then get to the likes of Osherman. Again, Osherman was the cheapest here, about 22, rebounded to 27, which is really nice. Goretzka has gone from 22, 23, oh no, 20 up to 26. He isn't as good. Hernandez again could be credited a bit to the Liao, 90, rebounded there to 100, and that was basically the most expensive card that works. So once again, those players you're going to go and buy Sunday around about 10 PM through to Monday at 10 AM. Sadly, that hasn't actually been the trend 2 weeks in a row now, but bear in mind these players are near discard. I don't think there is too much to worry about, especially with them not worrying that there should be too much on the Monday. And I believe that is all she wrote. Team of the weeks, we're going to look at buying on the Friday. If they drop going to 6, then if not 7, 8, 9. And gold metas we're going to look at buying on the Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, link investments. Anyone who's a link investment can also be a decent little buy. But obviously, we don't have any information on that. But thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.